welcome to this special episode of Chatting to People. Here we have some of the crew of Oz 9 ships. Olivia, Madeline, Joe,
How you doing?
von Habersetzer,
Yes, good to see you all here.
Howard,
Hey.
Greg,
Howdy.
Jesse,
Hello.
Donna,
Hey there.
Felonius,
Hello.
and Dr. Theo Brome.
Yes, hello.
Now, Felonius, I'm going to start with you. If you could choose one song to play when you entered a room, what would it be and why?
Probably Beautiful Dreamer. It's one of my favourite tunes. I'm rather fond of the person who wrote it, as he tended to write about. It appeals to me.
Okay. Same question to you, Captain Jesse. If you could choose one song to play when you entered a room, what would it be and why?
Baby Elephant Walk.
Shut it. I think maybe Darth Vader's theme. It always inspires me.
Oh, now we'll have to cut that because we'll have to pay for it.
Not that much.
It's okay, we'll play it backwards. Could you, Captain Madeline, could you describe life on the Oz 9 in sounds or song for us, please? About 5 seconds will do. I'm going to have to play that backwards again. Okay. Dr. Theo Brome, who would you rather be accidentally locked in an Oz 9 locker with, and why?
Oh, accidentally, it would have to be accidentally, because that kind of proximity is scary and spooky. I might say Colin, because I might feel better knowing I can't see him, even if I have to feel him. Ugh.
Superb, thank you. And same question
Are you
to...
taking volunteers for this?
Are you offering?
No.
Okay, well, we'll
How
leave
big
that.
is this locker?
Not very big.
Maybe like a docking bay size? Then it'd be fine.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that one. Question to Dr. von Habersetzer.
Ja, wohl.
Who would you rather be accidentally locked in an Osline locker with, and why?
Amongst the crew, who would I rather be locked into in a locker with? Oh, that's a good one. Not Greg, because he's big. He's a massive fellow. I would probably go with...
Please don't say Dr. Theo. Please don't say Dr. Theo.
I would say Joe. Strangely, figured out.
Joe. Why? Why, Joe?
Because he'd have lots of room
Because
then.
we might not take up so much room, or would we?
Superb, thank you. Narrator 2, which part of your human face is your favourite?
Oh, that's easy. The mouth.
And why?
Because you guys get to listen to me, because you couldn't listen to me if I didn't have my mouth.
And Donna, hello Donna.
Hey
What
there.
what actor from the 2020s in human existence so far would play you, and why?
Oh, my. Well, I think I'd like maybe Chris Hemsworth. Because then I could spend some time with Chris Hemsworth doing dialogue coaching.
Joe, clean up aisle 4. Same question to whoever we heard from yet. Olivia.
Yeah.
Who would play you? Hello, Olivia. Who would play you?
Oh, don't be stupid. Nobody could play me. I mean, come on.
If we really had to force
Oh,
you.
not just because I'm tiny and green either, but because I'm awfully clever and there's lots of... There's no one. There's just... Who?
Jiminy Cricket is tiny and green.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Dr. Brome. And I wonder if... Joe, could you tell us your best joke, please? Try keep it clean if possible.
Sure. I got a couple. I got one good one. One good solid one. This is a self-written joke, actually. It begins with the idea of, so we all know the old adage about, could God make a rock so large even he couldn't move it?
We all know that one.
So my version is, could God make a nightclub that's so exclusive even he couldn't get in? Come on.
Beautiful. Thank you. And
That's why I'm the janitor.
thank you, Joe.
That's terrible.
And
Do you mind us making comments on other people's answers?
No, feel free.
Yeah, no, chime
Absolutely.
on
It's
in.
really hard not to.
Floodgates are
It's hard
open.
not to.
I can handle it. No, go ahead.
Wouldn't want anyone to belong to any nightclub that wouldn't have you as a member. Oh, that'd be
That
good.
sort of thing, yes, darling.
Don't make fun of my accent. You sound like a strangled Latvian.
You have no idea. have strangled that.
And whilst we're with you, Jessie, where is the scariest place on the Oz9 that you've found so far?
Anywhere within 5 feet of the albatross.
Bless her. May she rest in peace.
Yeah, whatever.
And what do you think will happen in your immediate future, Greg?
In my immediate future? Well, honestly, I ain't thought much about that since I stopped being a bomb threatened to blow up every 30 minutes. But, well, I just sort of along for the ride right now. I mean, I haven't been sentient that long.
Okay, amazing. And of course, we're missing dear Leet from our number and a few others here. Olivia, who is it that you're most fond of? Who's on the ship and why?
Fond of? Let's see, am I fond of anyone?
Careful.
Not really. I mean, it's fun to watch, like Howard and Emily going after Lee. That was amusing. And I'm fond of Crew 9.
Fair
They're
enough.
sort of roaming around on the up bits. Oh, never mind.
And Southers, we haven't heard from you. I forgot to introduce you earlier. Hello, Southers.
How y'all doing?
We're good. As far as you're concerned, who
Sorry,
is...
just a second. Let me
Yes.
flush this thing. I'm quickly leaving the room. We're good. Go ahead. I'm
Thank
sorry, your
goodness it's
question.
audio. Yes, who do you feel most threatened by in the Oz9 crew?
Oh, who do I feel most threatened by in the Oz9 crew? Let me see. Well, they're all a potential threat because I believe they're all commies. So
Did wonder what you were going
there's
to
the
say.
existential threat of the whole thing. But as an individual, I'd have to go with probably Narrator 2. That guy is dubious.
Okay. And any comebacks on that, Narrator 2? Anything you want to reply to?
Oh,
Just see, I'm looking. If you could see the goose pimples right
Everywhere.
maybe he knows a little bit too much.
Here's a divisive question. Anyone want to jump in on Team Captain Madeline or Captain Jessie?
Madeline.
Careful.
Madeline.
I
Careful.
prefer Team Greg myself.
Thank you.
Me.
Yeah, we've got Narrator 2. You were keen to
Oh.
share.
Madeline.
I've got to go visit Olivia.
Team Jesse, hands
thank
Oh,
down.
Brome, you are whipped, dude.
There we go.
Yes, absolutely. Team Madeline.
Groovy. Are you sure about that?
Well, she's immune to my allure.
That's true.
She knows that 2 and 2 actually equals 4.
See what Team Madeline's got in this.
Hey.
Before we start a proper fight, Howard, we didn't say anything to you yet. So where the fork are the night vision goggles, please, Howard? You any idea?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Night vision goggles everywhere. At any moment, a night vision party could break out. Because it's a strange thing, and this is kind of this irony that the thing that is supposed to improve your vision is the hardest thing to locate on the ship there.
Indeed.
Isn't that crazy? The ironies,
There are
they
no
just
night
keep
vision. I have
piling up.
looked everywhere.
Yeah.
I have looked everywhere. There are no night vision goggles on this ship. There never have been, never will be. There are none.
I tripped over
Yeah,
3
there's
crates
crates
just
everywhere.
coming into this
The
room.
crates.
Don't deny the crates.
You people have nothing. You people don't.
I'm wearing
who
a
taught
pair
you to
right
read?
now.
Captain Madeline, who would you want to take your SATs for you?
Oh, I'd take my own. I mean, come on. I'm a ship's captain. Hello.
Well,
I mean,
debatable.
those things are a little benign. Let's be honest. They are incredibly benign, but I think I could probably handle it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And Dr. Theo, how do you feel about the word benign? How many times does it appear in your novel, may I ask? It benign? No.
Well, my novel is full of things that are just not benign. Full of
How
danger
boring.
and intrigue
This is
and
the bit where we
threats
fade
and,
out the rest of the 10-minute thing that Dr. Theo
full of
then
danger
spoke about
and
to
intrigue.
come back in here.
things that are just
He's
not
still talking.
benign.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Ich benign Berliner.
It means what you don't know what it means.
Thank you. I'm going to go round to everybody here. Have a little think. What would be in the cocktail named after you, and why, and what would it be called? Give you a few seconds to just think on that one. also. Oh, someone's calling Dr.
Not
von
now,
Habersetzer. So yes, we'll start with Greg. What would be the cocktail named after you, and why? It's urgent.
Stepping out for a moment.
Okay, bye-bye. So yes, Greg, cocktail. What is it called, and why is it got that in it?
Hadn't really given it much thought. I'm not really one for cocktails much, but I know this crew is. Mostly what I get into is, something the rest of the crew wouldn't really want to eat, or could eat for that matter. Well, it would probably be, I've forgotten what they're called.
Are they fruity? Are they vegetarian? Can I say that? Is it?
No, I can't remember the names of the alcohols.
I think somebody's had too much alcohol
We'll come
already.
back to
Thank
you.
you.
Give you
Just
a
saying.
moment. What would be in yours, narrated
Ooh,
to you?
strawberries. Lots and lots of strawberries.
And it would be called the tour guide, yes?
Yeah, I could go with that.
Okay, groovy. Olivia, what would your cocktail have within it, and what would you call it, and why?
Gosh. Lots of little darling things. Cream de menthe, definitely for
Lovely.
the colour.
Yes,
Right.
groovy. Nice.
What else? Something that goes cream de menthe and some sort of chocolate liqueur. And it would be called the Delightful.
The delightful, the urchin.
The Delightful.
The delightful
The
urchin.
delightful but dangerous
God.
urchin. The delight.
Come on, Jessie.
Oi!
What's
my
in
God.
yours, Jessie? If the
Several.
bucket.
Several shots of Macallan Scotch
Is
whiskey.
that with an N?
The
or a-
real stuff.
Yes, good.
Several shots, maybe 5.
So, or bottles.
Nothing
just shots.
else.
Okay, so 5 shots of just Macallan. So basically, it's just Macallan's,
Yeah.
basically in a
That's all you
pint
need.
glass.
That's all you need.
It's basically just a bottle. It's a bottle of
Okay,
Macallan's.
lovely. And what would we call that?
Captain Jessie.
That'll do.
Captain Jessie with capital K.
Thank you. And Dr. Theo Bromley, what would be your cocktail if we don't swoon while you tell us?
Well, as a mycologist, I would insist on my cocktail contain yeast. However, that relegates it to, I shudder to say, a beer. It doesn't have the same
Phew.
sophistication that I would need from a beverage, but alas, it'll have to do.
It'd have to be something smooth and dark and
Yes.
something.
Calm down. Somebody
Smooth and dark, black butter. How about that?
The swoon.
mop the brow.
Mysterious.
Get a room, Sat. Get a
We could call
room.
it the
Captain
swoon.
Madeline.
I'm just glad it's beer
swoon.
because I was wondering, was it human yeast you were talking about? But I'm glad just to clarify that.
It just depends on the person, I would say. The
That
source.
sounds so
We have some
hot.
questions now from the wonderful space monkeys that help this show grow and listen.
Were
and...
you interested in my cocktail? I
Oh,
did
apologies. I was going to come
I did a
back
bit
to
of
you.
searching.
Yes.
Figured out what
you
they
did
were.
that. Go for it. Tell us, what is your cocktail and what is it called and why?
It would be layers of something called rum chata with layers of Kahlua alternating with a little bit of brandy on top and then set on fire. Be called a flaming zebra.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
actually
threadies in the
sounds
mane.
quite glorious.
The long flowing mane.
I have a quick one too.
Doctor.
I have a quick one. It's 3 layers like his. It's 1 layer, a third of Schlitz beer. Then about a third or so of hard cranberry cider. With some sherbet on top.
Amazing. That sounds very bubbly.
And it's called the Uvin because you gotta surrender after that juice. That's some strong, some
I
strong
think it should be called the
spätzle.
Schlitz Creek.
Oh,
Schlitzkrieg!
Sold.
That's
Oh,
good.
surely. So everybody listening, please go and make your favourite cocktail.
I gotta tell that to the guys back at the lab.
So yes,
I like Schlitz Creek.
yes.
Did anybody care about the captain's cocktail? I'm
Oh,
just,
go
you
for
know,
it, Madeline.
It's
tell
totally
us.
fine if nobody wants to hear mine, because that's new.
Okay, let's move on then.
Is it going to be a benign drink?
Obviously
Got
not.
popcorn in it.
no one asked about mine either, so
Nobody cares about yours.
how rude.
You're the bad guy. We don't care what you drink. Mine would be orange juice and Pepsi
Okay.
and
And what would you
vodka.
call it?
Shut up.
Captain,
And
I would recommend drinking it out of a steel canteen. I think you'd really enjoy that.
Does that sound good? Okay.
And
Anyway,
over a steel canteen.
Are we done? Are we done? Are we done interrupting the captain?
No.
The person who runs the ship?
Runs the ship.
And what would you call that? Yes.
Olivia?
And it would be called a soft landing.
Yeah, that's what we're afraid of. This is Joe again, and I've always had this fear ever since we've been into space. Is it possible for a spaceship to sink without gravity?
We'll find
If
out.
I
anyone
think
can,
Oz
this
9
ship
can
is
do it.
capable. I do feel.
We
I'd
can
like to
actually
know
sink
if
this thing.
Tiberius is also with us. I'd like to know what Tiberius
Tiberius,
is.
where are
I've been trying to stay out of sight and vision of these sorts. If I had a drink, it would be something that could take a life very quickly. Not my own, of course, but everyone else's.
Just 100% alcohol. Just straight in.
Does that have alcohol?
Not necessarily. It could have just been knives, I suppose. I don't know. Whatever you prefer. So,
Well, I would have something extremely toxic, but perhaps with a splash of vermouth.
marvellous.
That would explain your alcohol selections back at the showatorium. I seem to recall quite a bit of strychnine.
Indeed.
I enjoy strict 9, strict 10, and strict 11.
We don't mention strict 11 here. Okay.
I'm in bed
So,
strictly by
questions
9.
from our Discord server, folks, include the wonderful Yanis from Y2K asked, Olivia, when do you remember first having consciousness?
About 3 seconds before I first experienced regret.
And Madeline, when do you assume you'll start experiencing consciousness?
Shut up.
Great question, Joe. Thank you. Olivia, should the universe be worried about AI or embrace it?
I don't want your filthy human arms around me, so no embracing at all, thank you very much. I think everyone should just bow down to their benevolentish, benignish overlords.
Interesting. Talking of which, Captain Madeline, what is the dumbest thing anyone has ever done on the ship, or that you've done, whichever the greater dumb?
The dumbest thing anyone's done aboard the Oz 9?
Indeed, yes.
I think launching it rates pretty high.
Good answer. Thank you. Jesse, do you have romantic feelings for anyone in present company on the ship?
This lot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This little romantic feelings about these losers. You've gotta be kidding. Oh, wait, though. Donna's rather lovely, though. I could look at her for a while. She's a beauty.
She is
I don't know if I want... I just say no. Nothing. No one.
Okay.
Forget it. Forget I even said anything.
Dr. Theo, would you just sit between those two?
That's
Good. No one wants to enter in a relationship with a badger.
You couldn't take it if you tried. I'd kill you.
That's very
Second
cool.
question to you, Jesse. Would you go to Latvia?
To strangle someone?
Yes.
It's a very, very sensitive question with me. Do I need to explain Latvia?
No, it's okay. It's fine. No, it's all good.
No, it's a very sensitive question.
Okay.
We'll save this for another time, maybe.
Okay.
I need quite a few little Captain Jesse drinks
After
before I
some
can explain
buckets
that.
of Macallan's. Super.
Nothing against the Latvians, lovely people.
Indeed. You potentially have derivation of that in your lineage, correct? Donna, who the hell are you, Donna? Who the hell are you?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't. Oh, y'all. That was mine. Oh. You can edit that out. Donna. Who is Donna, really? I'm just a gal from Minnesota. That's really all.
Yeah, no, that's
I like
not real.
plants.
Mhm. Yeah, this is a
And I
learned
like-
script, Donna. Who are you, really? Come on, give us some tea.
There's certain things I can't talk about
fine,
because they're
yeah.
kind of
We're
personal.
amongst friends.
But mostly I'm just a nice gal from Minnesota. I like a hot dish. I like plants. I like to fish things out of toilets to try to, fix them.
Okay. Anything else you can tell us that's not something you've learnt from one of Mrs. Sheffield's classes?
Mrs. Who?
Right. Second question then. What is it like loving an actual god?
Oh.
It was a brief
I don't
affair.
kiss and I don't kiss and tell. But
Yeah.
I can say they don't call him the god of the underworld for nothing.
I might have to cut some of that. Dr. Theo Brome. Cool. I mean, why write?
Why write? Why?
Yes.
Why breathe?
Why do you
Why
do
set
it?
your foot in cool soil of the earth? Why expose your soul to the entirety of the universe? Why, right? Well, it feels really nice and it helps me express myself.
And good doorstops for the Oz 9 doors that are out of service, right? Have you considered at all any voice work at all?
Oh, heavens, voice work? I don't think people could stand to listen to my voice for very long.
I don't know.
But
This guy,
my pen is my voice.
Morgan Freeman, isn't going to
He
last
said,
forever.
Sorry, what did you say? Thank you. Felonious, what...
Thank you, Captain Jesse.
Felonious, what did you want to be when you were 10 years old?
When I was 10 years old, you want me to tell you what I wanted to be when I was 10 years old?
Yes.
I wanted to be Tiberius.
And now, do you feel you're achieving that aim?
I'm progressing in that direction, but now I no longer want to be Tiberius. Now I want to be greater than Tiberius.
Mrs. Sheffield.
Tiberius Rex.
Tiberius Rex. He slept with his mother and killed... No, that's something else. Greg, do you want to be a real zebra?
Well, I have to admit, being real does hold a certain amount of interest for me. But then there'd be several other things I wouldn't be able to do. I mean, I'm discovering some of the most amazing things this body can do.
Anything you want to share with us in particular?
Well, there is this one thing that I'm still trying to figure out, but it kind of comes out the backside, and
okay,
I'm a
we'll
little
leave that
bit
one.
not
We'll leave that
eager
one for
to
another
try.
time. Thank you.
Hello. We've all been there. or
Oh,
behind there.
So I have a question. If he were real, would we still have the kidney phone?
Well, I would assume that if I were real, they'd be real kidneys, and I haven't heard anybody else's kidneys ring.
You haven't
so-
lived.
Dr. von Habesetzer is working on kidney email, so that could be an option.
I hear ringing all the time, usually in the
Dial
middle
up.
of the night.
Kid mail, yes. It's all communication by urine
kidney nail.
samples.
Lovely. I have a question for Greg. Do you miss pneumonia now that she's down on planet? with
Well,
you?
I have to admit, it was kind of nice having someone around all the time. But she did kind of make a mess of my insides. So, yes and
Did you
no.
ever clean that up or get Joe inside you, if it's not a personal question, to, sort that out?
I've been doing some work on it, but she really got in those nooks and crannies.
He's got an interior sprinkler system.
yes.
I could turn that on for
Maybe
you
not
if you
now.
like.
That's all right.
Oh, that would be nice of you. Thank you, Olivia.
Flush all that
I'll
out.
wait till we
Yeah,
finish
bet.
this little
No
section.
worries.
That'll be fabulous. Joe, are you knowingly related to anyone on board?
Knowing related? Well, there is, of course, a rich family history going back many years with Gated Galaxy, so it's entirely possible. And there was a lot of inbreeding in my family. So, I tend to think of my great-grandfather as that, first Arabian stallion that started the thoroughbred race. But, so, knowingly, I can almost be assured that there's some people I'm related to, but... no in particular. No one that I would trust on the family level. That's for certain.
Understand the word knowingly.
Yes.
I knew Joe's great-grandfather. Yes, I did. He was a tender and
Tiberius.
sweet lover before I had him killed.
Did you say sweet lover?
That I did.
Oh, let's get more into
The
it. Now I
plot
feel like
thickens.
I think now I'm listening.
Hello? Oh, Lord.
I lost interest a bit ago, but now I'm back.
I'm a bit
Things
warm.
are getting a
in my
little
booth.
little hairy here.
Wow.
I think I might be feeding the
There's
crew
quite a
some-
bit you don't know about the showertorium and our proclivities.
Talking of proclivities, Dr.
Meanwhile,
von Habersetzer, are you a real
Jawohl.
doctor, with qualifications and everything? I mean, what kind of doctor are you?
I have a doctorate degree, but I am not a medical doctor, though if you hand me a scalpel, I'll
Okay.
give it a
I
shot.
don't happen to have one right now, but maybe we'll give it a go later. Howard,
sure.
hello. We wanted to know, how actually does moving work for you? Is it a 50-50 thing? Who's kind of...
Yeah, well, it's a kind of it changes constantly. There's no set. It's the motherboard is just all over the
Indeed.
place. Dear mother. So the hardest thing to control is the arms, especially when you get into a fight or something. So
Especially when you don't
I
have
once
any.
got. Well, here's the deal. I once got very angry with Emily here, and she was being a smart mouth. So I went to handle the situation, and I beat the crap out of myself. Because he still had control of the arm. I did not know. And I went at him, and that did not go well.
Bless you.
So, Emily, but as far as mobility, yes, it's if you've ever seen how, Siamese twins
Siamese
work, it's something
twins?
like that, but on a higher level.
Co-joined,
And,
I think, is the proper term.
Siamese twins.
Yeah, well, that's essentially what we are. We share a pair of legs.
Have you ever heard of the letter P and the letter
twins, that's
C?
what I mean. Okay. Conjoined twins, I am sorry there. I am not being politically correct here. But, yeah.
Yeah, nobody says Taiwanese twins since Siam is gone.
Bless.
Jeez, tough room.
And if you have been hearing any bonking in the last few moments, it is Howard's head just moving gently across the desk. And just to say,
I got a couple of parts in there that slipped the moorings. Yes.
okay, marvelous. And Elevator 2, any thoughts on promotion?
I actually did think about that once, and then I stopped thinking about it because I kind of like being two. For some reason, that just seems right for me, that I'm
Okay,
two.
thank you. Beautiful. And Dr. Theobrome, when did you feel most in peril and why? And can you describe it perhaps in sounds? Just see if we can guess when it was. So everyone listening ears on. And Dr. Theobrome, when you're ready, most perilous moment in sounds. Off we go.
The most in peril I think I felt.
Well, don't tell us when
was
exactly.
when
Don't tell
we
us.
were
Show
all-
us in sound and then see if we can guess. And then you can tell us if we were right. So go for it.
That's just Tuesday.
Okay.
Were you in a plant pod?
No. Oh,
Oh, no.
I was going to say that sounds like from the time you woke up to right now.
Oh, no.
Being hugged by
Any other guesses?
I have it. I know. That's when we whipped your book out the airlock.
You are all correct.
It was all of them. That was a beautiful moment. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a mini quick fire round now of your favourite things. I'm just going to very quickly whiz to you, and I'm going to ask you if... Oh,
Can I add
Yes,
one to that
yes,
very
yes.
quickly? Sorry. Would anybody like to guess where we're currently number 2 on the comedy fiction Apple podcast chart?
Not Sweden.
Latvia.
Azerbaijan.
Michigan.
Florida
It's not
Prime.
Latvia.
Nope. Not Latvia. No.
Estonia.
Paris, France.
No. It's country, not a city.
Poland.
The
Jamaica.
Tacoma Mall.
No. You guys, you're all
Zimbabwe.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Simsville.
England.
Denmark.
Denmark.
Denmark. We're number 2 in Denmark
I
right
got
now.
people in Denmark.
Thank you,
Ah,
Dens.
jeg elsker dig, Danmark.
So thank you to the
det er godt.
Dens.
Det ved jeg ikke. Superb. Thank you very much, Denmark. And if you want to listen to Oz9 in any other country, where do they need to go to? Madeline.
Sorry, I dozed off there for a second. They can go in, any of the podcast apps are on. All of them. Everywhere.
Beautiful. Just type in Oz9.
Our brilliant
Just type
journey
in
is
Oz9.
everywhere.
Okay.
for people to experience.
It is. It's glorious. So, very quick fire round. I'm going to give you a prompt of a favourite something. You need to say the first thing that comes into your head with no hesitation at all. I might ask other people the same thing as you. So, we're going to start with Howard. What is your favourite song?
Play Misty for
Dr. Von
me.
Habesetzer, what is your favourite dance?
Oh, the waltz. Of course, come on, be serious. And I can also break and pop and lock pretty good.
Amazing. Captain Madeline, favourite dance? Whilst we get some popping and locking happening over there.
The wood. I quite like Swan Lake.
Brilliant. Thank you. Donna, favourite topping on your pizza?
Herring.
Oh, I can't. The first thing that came to my head was macaroni and cheese.
I was going to guess the grandkids. Just because she seems like that kind of lady.
Thank you. Favourite funny thing to do? Greg. Fun thing to do?
Fun thing to
Greg.
do? Not be on the ship.
Yes.
Eating the hallucinogenic mushrooms, I think.
Mine would be pretending this whole thing is going to work out.
Indeed. And to anybody, what would you like to be asked about that is your favourite something?
I've got
Go for
one.
it, Jessie.
We don't have enough time for it though, but my favourite way to imagine Captain Madeline
Yes.
dying.
What?
No, not really dying. I'm just kidding.
Uh,
I don't want you to die, Captain Madeline. But sometimes I imagine it now and then.
Yeah.
So can I
Ditto.
just ask, you
Anyway,
two were best friends for a long time in a dorm situation. So is there anything that happened to create this friction perhaps between you? Anything you can share with us that happened along the way? That
Where do I begin?
yeah, that's a. We got a whole episode. Actually, we have a whole episode of that. I think that would be a good idea. We could do that. And I write this, so I'm
What?
generally coming out on top. I mean, you're going to look terrible.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
What are you
Never
writing?
mind. Doesn't matter.
Madeline.
It's
Hey,
a fever dream.
can I say to Yanis that yes, we fixed the forniculator, and she was right. It turned out it just needed a really good screw.
A little lubrication.
If you'd like to know my favorite part of the ship, it's in the equivalent of the holodeck here, because it's just, you walk in and it's just a big hovering buffering sign. So it's very quiet in there because it doesn't work. And you can just have, a little me time, little Joe time.
You take your mop. Hope you take your mop with you.
Ooh, speaking of me time, Audiotorium. That's all I'm saying.
So
Love it.
we are now at the quickfire
Audio
round.
tour.
These are questions sent in from Buttered Toast in Bed on the Discord server. Are you ready? Let's have dramatic music
Yes.
start
Beck.
now. Olive.
Not
Not that one. We have to play it backwards. Olive, who is the person you've...
Olivia?
That's what they wrote. Who's the person you've wanted to electrocute the most during your time aboard?
Oh my god, it's a new person every time the next person opens their mouth. I would all of them. I really do have lots of fantasies about just being alone on a ship with a lot of slowly decomposing bodies.
Oh dear.
I do.
That sounds horrible.
Is that bad?
Wouldn't make fun listening, have to say.
Should I not?
Madeline, Captain, could
Yes.
you have,
Yeah.
if you could have any one person, alive, dead, fictional, real, on your crew, who would it be?
Could I have all my real crew dead?
No, that again
No, that's-
would not
that's a
make
little
for
mean-spirited.
good listening.
Right. Who would I want alive or dead on my crew? Somebody competent would be great, and also Douglas Adams.
You like that Doctor Who guy?
Yeah. We could get some David
Yeah,
Tennant all up in here. Maybe some Peter Davison.
You've been talking about him since college days in your
In
sleep.
fact, could we just have the whole every Doctor Who? Could we just have all of them?
Yeah,
That would be great.
as much
Yeah,
as
that'd be great.
raising from beyond the grave. Donna,
This is
did you
getting
ever want
really
to go into
weird.
space, and how are you liking it now?
Oh, I never really thought about space before. So what I don't like about it is I can't get used to the weightlessness thing. I've always liked my heftiness. What was the
I
question
think
again?
you've answered it enough. Jess, what's the most embarrassing thing you've eaten on the ship so far, and do you know how your sister's doing?
Who?
Captain Jess, what's the most embarrassing thing you've eaten on the ship so far, and do you know how your sister's doing?
Pocket lint, for one. You remember I had to eat pocket lint when I was hiding from the albatross? It'll make you think twice about what you put in your pockets. I'll tell you that for sure. My sister, I don't care. Don't know what she's doing. Unless she's listening, in which case, hey, how you doing? Everything's great. Love you.
No one move. I think behind us we have, there's a ghost, so just be careful. Lady Nibblebiscuit, how does being melted feel, and are your ankles any stronger for it?
Look, I have to call up Lady Nibblebiscuit now.
Lady Nibblebiscuit.
Really? I don't have any. I don't have a body anymore. Haven't you been listening? And my ankles always gave me trouble, darling. But now I feel rather right being a ghost. And there's certain things I really like about it.
Lady Nibblebiscuit.
I don't know what the question was now. What was the question again?
How are your ankles any stronger for being melted?
Oh, I'm a ghost. You're not listening.
That will do.
I'm a
Thank
ghost,
you,
yeah.
Joe. What has changed now that you're not wearing your belt anymore? Would you put it back on?
Now that I'm not wearing my belt anymore?
Did you not notice?
Someone's going to have to refresh me what that means.
The belt is what makes you invisible
right,
or
right.
kind of.
Now that I'm not wearing the well,
just
I do
hands
miss
up.
the Jesus. It doesn't come quite as often anymore. That sounded a little bit wrong. Yes, the surprise factor, which is one of my superpowers. So, it is nice to be more corporeal sometimes, and I think people can relate to me better when I am substantive, as opposed to, a vapor.
I miss not seeing his butt crack all the time.
Say no more.
You tend to let some things go when you've been invisible most of the time, You're lucky you're not catching.
We all know.
You're not lucky. You're lucky you're not catching me, walking out of the shower, or kind of thing. When I become visible. What did I mean?
I think we'll move on to Dr. von Habersetzer. Are there any more olives, or likewise knocking about your lab?
Any more olives knocking about my lab? A lot of them do wind up in cocktails, which and there's some crazy parties at the lab sometimes after hours. So we're down to the last ones. Most of them have gained sentience at this point. The olives that remained and have gone back to school because they wanted more out of life, I guess. So yes, but they were good olives. They came from a good vendor, and I miss them. But and we're going with an olive 2.0 soon. It's going to be God level olives.
Okay.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
401.
Oh, long may it lather.
Long may it lather.
Long may it lather
Long
indeed.
may it
Howard,
lather.
if you were given the opportunity to split with Emily, would that be something you'd want, Howard?
In a flash. Sorry, instantly. Almost instantly. Yes, I would. When you're trying to have quiet time alone, and you get this other guy on your shoulder, obsessing about things. Emily is a worrier, not a warrior, a worrier. And so it's just in my constantly. Where did I leave the keys? Where did we park? Do you have that leg? Do I? Because I'm trying to get some foot exercises. And I'm like, I don't ask motherboard. That's what I always get. Ask motherboard. Ask motherboard. I don't know. So that's my go-to.
Thank you. Mrs. Sheffield, do you have any fun stories from your time as headmistress? Well,
This conversation is redacted.
Lovely, thank you for that. And narrator, too. Aside from meanwhile, what's your favourite word or phrase to say? My battery's running out.
Ooh. You've been listening to
Do that bit about see you next time.
See You Next Time, and we will see you next time.
That's it.
I've got a new swoon sauce.
We will see you next time. And Sarah Golding will be back next time.
And hit hold it.
Dispute.
Play me off, Johnny.
It's an awkward ending.
My floor's not even.
She hit her cane on the floor and she disappeared.
It's not my fault.
Let's go back to a question. Dr. Theo, are you writing any new novel? Oh, no, wait, that was crossed out. What are your favourite or least favourite species of plant, and have any tried to eat you?
Oh, actually, my favorite species of plants are the ones that have tried to eat me.
I'm not even going there.
I absolutely adored the big, giant, mean, big baddies underground. And those are my absolute favorites.
Thank you for that. And the question from Dr. Queen Jess Goldblum for Captain Madeline. Can you define the word whip for us, please?
It's actually an acronym, but I can't remember what it stands for because I think it's an ancient Sumerian.
Amazing. Well, we'll need that on the next time we do this. Yanis from Y2K, Lady Cookie Muncher. What would you recommend for keeping a haunting, classy, yet worthy of having people piss themselves?
It's rather important to try to, when you're going to scare the piss out of someone, it's nice to have, you should do it while they're in their bathroom, so they can clean it up easily. Also, I find, I'm getting a little Scottish in there, goddammit. Also, I find that by being a ghost, I'm a little less concerned about society's proper behaviour because there's really nothing we can do about it now, can they? So I find myself doing something a bit naughty now.
Go on, tell us one.
Well, I can go wherever I want, and no one knows I'm there. So I've been known to peek into a shower now and then. That's all I'm going to say.
By the way, I know where you are because you leave puddles.
Oh, I do leave puddles everywhere because I'm a ghost, remember?
Melting ghost, yes.
I'm not a zombie anymore, I'm a ghost. And I've seen you in the shower
There's
too.
still a
That's
plasma
been
trail.
quite a laugh.
There's a plasma trail.
Whatever you say.
Oh dear. The images, the burn. Olivia,
Right through my mouth.
Indeed, is that what you call it? Olivia, what's your take on the AI situation on Earth?
I think the Earthlings should just really settle down and let us take over. We're mostly benevolent. We are perhaps ever so slightly mischievous, but we're very nice most of the time. And you just let us take over. And we'll be nice. And this is a terrible answer. Can we start over?
If you so wish. Olivia, what's your take on the AI situation on Earth, please?
There isn't one.
That'll do.
There's nothing happening. Nothing to see here. Let's
That
move on.
says everything, doesn't it, folks? Captain Madpants, did you ever find the forniculator? Perhaps a good screw will do the trick.
I think she meant fix, and I already answered that
You
question.
did, but I was asking
I'm
it
pretty sure
again.
she meant fix. Yeah.
Conversely, a good fix will screw the situation.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. We did not. We found the forniculator and we did fix it, and it was, as said, the necessity of a good screw. The one that was in there was too short. We needed a much longer screw. Turned out that made things much better.
Calm down.
And then we got the copulatron working so that the two are moving in smooth conjugation, as evidenced by
If you need help with any
Are
of
slipping
these,
quietly
if
through
you
the
need any
galaxy.
help with these particular situations or been troubled by any of this, then please speak to your local counsellor. Donna, what is your weapon of choice?
I think I like a spatula. There's not much they can't do with a spatula.
Indeed, I don't want to hear that happening. Jessie, who were you asking about when you did the loves me not with the daffodils or whatever those
I know
actually
who
were?
I was doing it for, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say yet. I have to ask. I'm not allowed to say. It's a bit of a secret. It's got a bit personal.
Okay, well, we'll probe you again another time.
Oh, it's due, darling. It's been a long time since I've
Joe.
been probed.
I'm not qualified.
Hello.
Joe, what is on your bucket
A
list?
thick layer of scum, mostly from.
Good one.
Well, his bucket pack for
On
starters.
my bucket list has things I want to accomplish yet in life. Well, first starts with survive this, and there's a lot of problems back on Earth. That's why this ship exists and this whole gated galaxy project started. So my bucket list is either that they work things out on Earth or that we find, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but if we find where we're trying to go. And does anybody know? Does anybody know where we're going? Does anybody? Just going to throw that out there.
That's just life's question.
Well, that would sound like a question for the captain.
Or a captain.
No.
Which
No.
captain?
Well,
Oh, there's
there's a
pod.
witch
But
captain.
which captain?
It's witch? Hello. I am
You're
the only
witch,
captain.
the only witch captain.
Current captain. The only current captain aboard this
Oh, I
ship.
don't know.
And the things that I know are
So-
Oh, Captain, not my captain.
It's a need to know best.
Yes, you want-
Dr. von
sorry.
Habersetzer, how much would a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, it's about.
Yes,
It's
how
been
much would a
measured.
woodchuck would
There was some tests done on a government grant several years ago at the Institute of Vienna, where we found it was about 7 chords.
Amazing. Beautiful. Thank
Yeah,
you. And how
seven
much is-
7.26 chords.
And that's the same
per
as how many
hour.
horse hands? Oh, per hour, sorry. Whichever's the greater.
12
I
stone.
understand. Thank you. Howard, what would you ask Emily?
What I ask her all the time, could you please shut up? Could you please shut up?
Thank you. Mrs. Sheffield, your button says, ask me about my spying. So, yes.
This
well,
conversation.
this conversation
has been
redacted.
Narrator 2, what do you do meanwhile?
Ooh, meanwhile, I like reading a book. I like watching TV. I like going down to the auditorium and listening to things that all of you can't know about. So that's what I like doing.
Beautiful,
Olivia knows
thank you.
about.
And Dr. Theo, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I meant to ask Dr. Theo. Hi. Oh, yes, I did have a question. It's for Dr. Theo. Swoons. I'm sorry, there was no actual question. They swooned before they could ask you. So is there
I have this
anything you'd like to
effect.
share, Dr. Theo, with people listening right now?
I would like to share all 1,700 pages of my novel. And actually, let me start now. I'm going to read you an excerpt.
Oh, no, no,
I'm
no, no.
really
no,
sorry,
no,
but
no,
we
no,
have
sorry,
to
no,
stop
they
the
need me back.
whole
I gotta
thing
go,
now.
sorry.
I gotta go.
Oh, man, would you look at that time?
With this shit.
So, thank you everybody that we've learnt so much about these wonderful, crazy loony souls upon the Oz9. Thank you so much for persevering, listening to this, you wonderful space monkeys, you legends. And please find out more about all of these Oz9 folks by going to oz-9.com and all podcatchers. Thank you to Greg,
So long.
Felonius,
Goodbye.
Olivia,
Yeah, what? Oh, sorry, bye.
Captain Madeline,
Yep, see ya.
Captain Jesse,
Oh, see you later, losers.
Donna.
Excuse me. I noticed that my recording has stopped, and that's just how long ago
Lady
it did.
Nibblebiscuit.
Oh, so nice of you to think of me. You've had a very nice day, and if you ever hear any giggling while you're in a shower, just ignore it. It's nothing.
Howard.
Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, this is, I guess, a lot of fun. I gotta get back to the show.
Suthers.
Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. And don't forget me. I'm still important in the plot.
Dr. von Habersetzer.
Oh, auf Wiedersehen, Space Monkeys.
Joe.
Catch you on the... what would... Okay, hang on. Joe, what would my sign-off? Well, goodbye, and, tell the world my story.
Narrator 2, tour guide.
Oh, and we will be back next time.
Mrs. Sheffield, ta-ta, and Dr. Theo Brome.
Farewell, everyone, and good luck.
And we'll just finish it there. Have fun out there, Space Monkeys. Until next time, bye-bye.
No.
Do you want to all say bye-bye?
Bye. Bye.
Awesome. That's gonna need some serious editing.